Jesus freak here. I still have a little money I can use to go buy groceries, but, it's too late right now. So, and if I'm gonna do that, I'm gonna have to wait till tomorrow. And I'm making use of that fact, I guess, by saying, I ran myself out of pop, let's just wait. I don't need it that bad. I got plenty of tea. And I could just throw together as much tea as I need. So, and honestly, it's better. I admit that I tend to crave carbonated beverages a lot. And I think it's a carbonation more than anything. But, just seltzer I can't stand. Just water I can't stand. And I don't want to be, intentionally putting saccharin or sucralose or aspartame in my system. Which kind of annoys me because some drinks, they'll sneak sucralose into them. I know there's... What the heck's the name of the V8 branded blend that has fruit flavors and they put sucralose in it? I don't want that garbage in my system, but I'll accept stevia. Even if I don't like the taste of, say, Zevia compared to regular pop. I used to, when I went to Canada, I'd pick up a case or two of stevia sweetened Coca-Cola. Because you can't buy that here. I don't know if you can buy it there either anymore because I've been there in a couple years. It doesn't look like I'd be going there anytime soon until things settle. And, they're having a lot worse time dealing with things than we are over here. Which seems strange. You'd think they'd be doing better. My main concern when I switched to tea is running out of spoons. But I bought a thing of stir sticks, and I'm like, well, they do the job. They don't work as well as spoons, but they work. The other day I was to the usual place that Pastor Brett and I hit in North Tonawanda, and I actually didn't feel like buying a pop. I don't feel like having a pop right now. It's cold, and I'm just not in the mood. So I said, you got hot tea? And that's what I had. And, based on the size of the cup is how much, I just drink it with sugar. Sometimes I throw some lemon or lime in it. This is Constant Comment. It's got orange flavoring in it already. So I just put sugar in it. With the typical size of a teacup you get at a restaurant, I use the same amount of sugar I always do, in such a situation. 2 teaspoons. That's basically my baseline. That's been my baseline since probably, since I was a kid. I use more at home because my cups are bigger. I'm figuring a teacup at a restaurant's probably about 8 ounces. And this one's about 11. So I use 3 sugars. And it's why I like to know how much tea I have, because I have to adjust. My proportions have to be the same, so, if there's more tea, there's going to be more sugar. Honestly, I'm mainly drinking this because I have a bit of a headache, so I had to take some Tylenol. Now, I know there's other ways to deal with headaches. The problem is, the major options are aspirin, Tylenol, Advil, or Aleve. I only use Aleve if I'm really hurting. Usually that's when I got a backache killing me. If my bed's messed up or something and my back is so sore I'm just about screaming, I'd probably take some Aleve. And I tend to otherwise avoid NSAIDs. They generally say, if you can't take aspirin, you shouldn't be taking any sort of NSAID. And, I mean, the issues with aspirin don't really apply to those. See, I have a problem that's worse in the winter, although it hasn't been a problem as much in the past few years as it used to be. When I was a kid, it was really bad. And when I was in my mid-20s, there was one time I bought some aspirin because it was cheap. See, the problem is aspirin's a blood thinner. And I got a nosebleed problem. So I took the aspirin, and I got a nosebleed that same day, and I spent 6 hours trying to staunch it. That's why I never take aspirin since then. Now, if I understand correctly, comparable amount of pop to this amount of tea. It's going to have about 9 or 10 teaspoons of sugar. And there's 3 in here. So, is it a little bit oversweet? It might be. But let's think relatively. And from what I understand, the carbonation's probably worse than the sugar. So maybe it's for the best I keep this way. Jesus, freak out.